Florida man standing in his sunroof while driving his Cadillac down I-4.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
I should add myself to the stream. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. And welcome to my Welcome to Florida stream, where we talk all things Florida man, crazy Florida news, and learn a little history, because your girl has had roots in Florida since 1565. So that's how far back my family goes in the Spanish territory that eventually became the state of Florida. So today we're going to have fun talking about the possibility that some Canadians are going to be Florida men for a little while, how not to walk your dog very close to standing water in Florida, a little PSA about how you shouldn't fry your turkey for Thanksgiving, and a little bit about the first Thanksgiving, the first recorded Thanksgiving, which was not in Plymouth, Massachusetts, but actually in St. Augustine, Florida. So we've got a packed show for you guys tonight. And with that, let me bring up my panelists. We have Culture Casino, we have Fat Steven, and a special guest joining us, my boss from Toxic Femme, Thomas. How you doing?
I'm not much of a boss.
No.
Look at it. I'm a mess.
He's a sexy boss.
You're awesome.
Hey, yes, look at that. Look
You're
at that.
awesome.
I have
Plus,
a
look.
Batman wallet.
All those toys.
I want to lick that forehead so bad.
Plus, look at the video game machines. He's got himself a good guy doll. He's got a Spike.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm
that gremlin is so
The
bad.
Sprite from Gremlins.
So jealous.
I got an asshole cat
you-
laying down there.
You should
Yeah,
also
mine's
have
under my feet.
You should have that gremlin behind one of the video game machines, so it looks like it's trying to
I
mess
did
it up.
have one up behind. I did have him up there
Yeah.
before, but I moved him. I moved him around.
I'm jealous. That Ninja Turtles is
I
better.
might get a couple more.
You sure should.
My name
Oh,
is,
So how you guys doing?
I don't like this angle though. This is.
No,
you look like you're constantly going up a roller coaster.
good.
Yeah. Tom's going to go with. Yeah, Tom's. Yeah, I don't think he looks. Yeah, you're actually going up the roller coaster hill, thinking, "I don't want to go down this thing."
It's like,
You're like the guy
This is my-
halfway up, going,
Yeah.
"I need to get off now."
this is my face before I lose my lunch.
That's the face people usually make when they're on the Hulk coaster and they
God,
wind
yeah.
up in the front seat at
And they're like-
Universal, and they're like, "I'm gonna die. I am going to freaking die." Of course, when it launches you, like you're in F-22 or something.
It does. It's pretty. That's pretty great. It's almost as good as the coaster they had on the Vegas Strip for a time. That was the NASCAR dragster. That thing was like, boom.
Sorry.
That thing was freaking
Tom,
awesome.
your gain is really low. The chat saying that.
Yeah, I heard that. How is it now? I just adjusted it. So
Ooh,
You sound very
you
masculine and tough.
Yeah,
I
you-
turned off the automatic volume adjust too.
I hate that thing. I hate that thing.
Maybe that'll help.
I think it did.
Sounds
I think
good
it
to
did.
me.
So
I
you don't
think
like
it
that?
does.
You don't like that angle?
No.
High
It's too
angle.
high.
Why don't you
I
just
don't feel like I'm looking at anybody. I mean, I'm looking at you guys, but I mean, my camera's way up there. I don't know.
What you
It
do,
might
Tom,
work.
is you go out tomorrow, you buy a pair of googly eyes, and you put them on your forehead, so they're actually always looking up at the camera.
See, now you look comfortable.
Very.
I'm
Like
very
I'm in my
jealous.
parka lounger and chilling.
I think it's showing off
Speaking-
this shirt.
Speaking of, what shirt is that? Because I'm trying
That's
to
all
make out
the
what it
serial
is.
killers and fictional killers.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Killer World.
That's awesome. Killers with attitude. I like that.
Yeah.
AWA.
I love that. That's freaking cool. Speaking of cool, let us welcome our awesome chat who's here.
Oh. I got
Let's see.
something-
What?
I was just going to say, I got something personal for Dinah. If I can say hi to Dinah.
Oh, is that blue?
Dinosaur.
It's a
Hi, Dino.
raptor.
Hi, Happy
No,
Cake.
AK,
How's it going?
AK Dino.
Hey, AK.
Hey.
Just saying hey.
Saying hey.
Hey. Hey.
I'm like
Well, hey,
Barry White.
Shadrazar
I'm
says,
out here.
are we there yet? I think you were a little bit because Culture Casino said close. Thank you for being here so early. The great one is here, says no gators in PA to make gator nuggets with. Nah, you might have to substitute a wild turkey instead. I
Yeah.
think that'll work. I think
Yeah.
that'll work.
Yep.
Well, I just watched the racist holiday special and I'm offended. Is that
Wait, which one was that one? Was that the one I watched today? Was the Amber Muffin 2-minute video on Twitter?
I have no idea.
I will link you later. Let's just say it's very bad.
Okay. Is it bad in that I'm gonna have to have a couple drinks?
Let's just say this person supposedly does comedy, and she said exactly the same thing that Pedro said a couple of days ago.
Okay, then. Next, Tina Bojan says, "Good evening, friends." Well, good evening to you too. So glad you are here. Such an awesome supporter of the channel, and so many channels. She's a supporter.
Oh, I know. She's so
awesome.
great. Not only that, she became a member of my channel today because
you have memberships now.
Just today, it was amazing. You guys, I had such incredible support, and I have to say thank you to each and every person that supports us all. But Tina is one of those folks that just makes it everywhere, and I really appreciate her. So yeah,
awesome.
Tina,
and I'm sorry about your bears.
Tina, put a 1 in the chat if you're being held hostage by culture for membership. Just put a 1 in the chat.
Let's see.
We will definitely bail you out.
Here. Welcoming all. Let's see. Hold on. Karen Prime. Hello, my girl. She says Namaskaram peeps. Oh, hello. That's awesome. I know I screwed up the pronunciation of that. I'm gonna get better at that though.
Namaskaram peeps.
Namaskaram peeps.
Namaskaram. Okay.
It'd be funny if it's a namaskaran. Like Karen,
it's like it needs the phonetic, you know how the words in the dictionary, it has the spelling, then it has the phonetic spelling. It's like, I need to see that first. The John Beck says, "You got this." Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It says, "Hi, everyone." Oh, was it time for the deep fried frozen turkey deaths again? Yes. We fry everything in the South, but you know what? There's a method to that.
No, I don't think so.
And if you're
stupid, fry my ass. Nope.
Yes, we are. We are going to put you full of Cajun seasoning. We're going to inject you with a flavor packet and drop your ass in a hot bed of peanut oil.
Dude,
you got to catch me first.
I have a special way of brining my turkey with this wonderful and truly tremendous Cajun seasoning that my family goes gaga for. I mean, gobble. It is 2 days in this brining solution that is just, it's tuned. There's all kinds of blackening. You got Trinity in there. Everything's in this thing.
What about
Wow.
You have nail in there?
And like 2 pounds of butter. I mean, this is the brine. And so that thing comes out of there. You put it in your infrared fryer, or you even do it in the oven, and then you just regular baste it. Thing is bueno, man.
Do you recommend an air cooker, Culture? Because air cooker, I am addicted to my air cooker.
Infrared,
so good.
Yeah, infrared fryers are vastly superior to peanut oil fryers. For reasons we will find out.
Yes,
you get away from me, you creepy man.
Absolutely. Let's hi everyone. We have Darth Monkey Orwell says, "Hey y'all, how things going?" Things are going great. So glad you're here with us. Parrot Head was here with us, and I see a robot and I see a slot machine. Robot head and a slot machine. Not quite sure what that means.
That's Robo Casino. That means that because lately I've been having upload speed problems, and so my voice sounds like I am. Do you remember when Odin was on Friday Night Tights? Yeah, I've been sounding like that an awful lot lately. So I'm trying to.
They got some great clips of him when he had that voice. That was awesome. Let's see. Tina says a 2. Does that mean she's not being held hostage?
That means she's been held hostage for 2 days now. Okay, we'll help you out right there. I screwed up.
That was a no. That's a no. 1 was yes. 2 was no.
Shh, I win.
Happy Dinosaur is saying hello. Hello, my friends. To you, to Tom, to Fat Steven. So glad you're here with us, my dear. And let's see.
We all have the same common people in here today.
It's awesome. You guys support the show. And I think this is, I want to say, I think this is the 20th show we've done so far.
You're going to have to choose your top bits out of each one of these shows by the end of the year and make it your top 12 stories of Welcome to Florida.
That's going to be a lot of freaking fun.
No. You pick the best one of each month. You don't pick the whole. You know what I mean? So it narrows it down.
I think that burger's gonna eat me.
I think so.
I'm actually, I haven't had supper yet, so I'm getting hungry.
You might be eating that too.
Want
Hey,
my
Soulless
patty?
Acid. So glad you're here. Karen Prime, a yoga practitioner. I'm not sure. I think so, but I didn't want to assume. Karen, you'll have to tell us if you are.
Yeah, namaste, bitches.
Marks 47 says Florida man standing by. Yes, we have a lot of Florida man stuff to talk about tonight. So Assassin says, hey, I hope everyone's well. Run, Fat Steven, the Reina gonna eat you. Well, I've had dinner already, but culture hasn't. So I don't know.
Fat
Tom,
Steven
have you had
Seagal-
dinner yet?
Yeah, I had tacos. Fat Steven Seagal can only walk real fast, though. He can't run.
I don't walk. I roll. We've already covered this.
Or he rolls on top of it. So.
But Tom, do you want to be between my buns?
Oh, Lord, have mercy, Jesus.
You touch my
Hey,
patty.
Bone. He says, what's up, Floridians? And Parrothead says, Fat Steven, I love your avatars.
Yeah.
And Shadrosar says, top
I love
20
you
of
too.
2020. Yeah,
Is that
it's
a puppy?
Yeah, this is my boy.
Oh,
I love
look
you.
at how
It's a
cute
little
he is.
puppy.
Yeah, he was the barking fool a minute ago. So I'm, Mama's having a nap, so I'm having a puppy.
Cool. Mine
What kind
hasn't.
of puppy?
Oh, look at the puppy. Oh,
Yeah, you're like
Wow.
11 times his size.
my puppy.
Hey, Casparius. So good to see you. Such a cute puppy. We're going to see a puppy in a little bit.
Oh, wait, I
Ooh.
can do that. Here, wait.
Yeah, we're going to see a puppy in a little bit. But 26 of you guys watching, thank you so much for joining us. Oh,
Yeah.
Puppy Casino. Yes, that's so cute. I
It's
love
true.
that. I
love
love that. And hey, McKinney 90 says, good evening, everyone. Well, good evening to you. Well,
Anyone
you
smoke
know
a bowl?
how... what?
Anyone want to smoke a bowl?
No.
I'm a dog in a bowl. That's the joke.
Oh, hey, theme park casual. So glad you're here with us. I think we've pretty much noticed everyone, but you know how we always clown the Canadian drivers from Quebec, right?
Okay. Let's clear that up right now. They're called Quebecers. Stop saying Canadian drivers. You're looping us in. We don't know anything about Quebec.
Canadian drivers. Well,
Quebecers.
I'm going to say,
Quebecers.
notice I did refine my choice, but we'll say Quebec. We'll say Quebecers, or we're going to say Quebecois?
No, Quebecers. Quebecois is their political party. No. Quebecers.
Quebecers. Okay. So we know that Quebecers cannot freaking drive in Florida. No. But the ones from Ontario, we love them because they know how to drive and they're cool and we get along with them very, very well in Florida. Well, it turns out, are you familiar with a team called the Toronto Raptors?
Nope.
No.
Yeah,
They're awesome.
maybe.
They're
Did
awesome.
they win something last year?
Whoop out your 2 years ago. Whoop out your dinosaur costume.
Well, I've never had anyone ask me to whip out my lizard before.
Quebecer checkers.
Damn
Yes.
Quebecers. Yeah, whatever. What is it about Quebec as a province? that sends
Tabernacle.
them-
Okay. I'll put it into kind of like an easy thing. It was a joke. Even I forget who the comedian said it, but there was a time when Canada had a referendum, right? And literally, it was Quebec wanted to separate from Canada but still keep their currency. So it's like staying at home but still expecting an allowance. You know what I mean? Like leaving home and expecting an allowance. So there's been kind of rough crap in general. It's just Quebecers are nuts. That's how we look at it. They're nuts.
Yeah.
They're nuts.
They're
Yeah.
the California of Canada. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. Like I said,
So
in
are they the
Florida,
reason? They the reason you ended up with what's his name? Trudeau.
No,
Yeah.
Trudeau just ran the coattails of his dad, but he only went by his pretty face. He hasn't done nothing positive for this country. That man kneels in front of everyone on live TV and he thinks he's doing something better. No, he just showed weak.
Well, one thing we know is that the folks from Quebec usually cannot freaking drive in Florida. They're usually all up on the shoulder, running through red lights. Old people in Florida consider the Quebecers to be a freaking menace. There's real Raptors living in Toronto. Well, there's a team called the Toronto Raptors. And for those people who aren't aware, the NBA have been playing their season in the bubble down at Walt Disney World. But due to because where the heck is that? Okay, so yeah, so the NBA bubble, that's where they've been. And I believe they got to stay. I don't mean to make everybody dizzy, but the Raptors got to stay at Coronado Springs down in Disney. So they had all the NBA teams, including the Toronto Raptors. But apparently, because of the Wu flu, that's how they drive in Quebec too. But apparently, because of the Wu flu, guess what? They're going to be playing their season in Tampa. And I'll play a little bit of this because I don't want to get claimed.
Breaking news from way up north to way down south here in Tampa Bay. The Toronto Raptors facing a complicated situation of where to begin the next NBA season are temporarily relocating to Tampa, Florida to play right here in the Tampa Bay area. Are you excited?
No.
React to the news here with you live on WFLA now. Hey there, folks. JB Buno alongside.
Basketball's still a thing?
Hey, guys. Yeah.
Apparently, I didn't even know it was. I haven't watched basketball in years and didn't freaking care.
Well, I thought basketball ended after Michael Jordan left.
Yeah,
so
it did. Yeah. But then baseball also ended when he went to baseball. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, Raptors are a pretty good basketball team.
Don't even do that.
I thought that was Garth Brooks.
They won the championship last year. Don't say pretty good.
A year before, not this last year.
What are you talking about?
The Lakers just won the championship.
I'm not talking.
That's what they did.
2020 doesn't exist. I'm talking about the last year.
Okay. All right. So they're a pretty good team. They just because the NBA lost 2/3 of their audience this year doesn't mean anything. Don't pay any attention to that. You know, they do still play basketball. And this is good news for Tampa. Where are they going to play at though? If they're playing in Tampa, who's got an arena?
I'm not sure who does. I don't know who does, but let's check it out here.
Yeah, check it out.
Say something. So Tampa, Florida, WFLA, Tampa, aka Carol Baskin's backyard. For those of you who are Tiger King fans. Amid growing concerns over the coronavirus in Canada, the Toronto Raptors announced Friday that the team will begin playing the upcoming NBA season in the Sunshine State. The team confirmed on Twitter Friday that it plans to start the regular season in Tampa. An exact location where the team will play is unknown. Yeah, the Lightning does have an arena. They do. So I don't know if
is it a multi-purpose though?
I think one of them is.
If that's the case, they have more than enough space. The rink space and the court space is essentially the same. In fact, they'll be able to add seats for a basketball court. So I could see that. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I think that's what they're going to wind up doing because obviously they can't play in Orlando because Orlando Magic. I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, no, but they could play at Disney. They could play at Disney. That'd be awesome, by the way.
They could. So I wonder. Wonder why
that's
they did.
Too much of a drive. That's too much of a drive.
It just, because I mean, from Disney to Tampa is like, I want to say like about, if you're doing the speed limit, an hour and a half.
Yeah, who goes the speed limit in Florida on the?
No one does.
Yeah, you coming up that would be the Beeline, right? You coming up the Beeline Parkway?
That's not true. People who get on the highway in their motorized wheelchairs do go the speed limit or just under because they can't go any faster. So there are those.
I don't know. You should see some of those coming out of the villages. Man.
Oh yeah.
The day I see a motorized wheelchair with nitrous oxide is the day I will jump for joy, and then crush my spine from all the impact.
I think we need to have like a drinking game whenever we bring up the villages.
We should.
We should have a drinking game. How many times do you drink every time you're in Florida?
Those people are freaking thugs. But yeah, I think it's multi-purpose because they usually have the ice shows and everything and other things and other concerts in Tampa. Because usually if you couldn't get into shows in Orlando or Miami, you'd go over to Tampa. So to continue on, so they're talking about the Raptors work diligently with public health officials at local, provincial, and federal level to secure a plan that would permit us to play our 2021 season on home soil or on home court at Scotiabank Arena. These conversations were productive, and we found strong support for the protocols we put forward, Raptors president Masai Ujiri said in a statement. Ultimately, the current public health situation facing Canadians, combined with the urgent need to determine where we will play, means that we will begin our 2021 season in Tampa, Florida.
Well, there you are.
Welcome to Florida.
But I thought all the borders were closed. So how are they getting across the border? Are they using one of those coyote things that the news doesn't know what a coyote is?
They've been here. I don't think they've been back.
Really? So they haven't seen their families the whole time, or do they bring their families?
Well, they brought their families in.
Yeah. And you have to consider, Stephen, that no person in their right mind, once they've moved to the United States, would ever move back to Canada.
Yeah, that's a mostly peaceful fake statement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like what I did there?
No, except that, you know what? You know how much taxes the state of Florida makes you pay on your paycheck?
No, because I don't live in Florida, and I don't have a paycheck. Remember, I've been furloughed.
So. All right.
0.
None.
Cats don't get jobs.
That's true.
You pay. That's true. They don't. They just get paid in mice, right?
If you're offering culture to have someone move in, hey, I'll take it for no rent and no tax.
But to wrap it up, yes. So I don't know how pay-wise that would work, but they're not paying any income tax. They're not paying any income tax on their earnings in the state of Florida. So Canada will probably try to pull something out of there. I don't know how that would work with them getting earnings in a foreign country, but the state's not taxing them. No taxes. So they're probably going to be buying up a lot of property, probably near where Tom Brady is right now over there. So
I don't get it.
Oh, Tom Brady, former quarterback.
What did he do now?
Oh no, he left New England and now he's playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So he said, "To hell with New England, forget that. I'm moving to Tampa." So
I feel like I'm in a phonics session. I have no idea what's going on.
Don't worry about
sport. It's sports.
So they go on to say the Toronto Raptors and their fans will not be disappointed in Tampa Bay. Not only do we have the Stanley Cup champion Lightning, which they do, the World Series runner-up, the Rays and the powerhouse Buccaneers, we're going to have a chance to watch the magic of the Toronto Raptors right here in our backyard. And though things might look a bit different this season, we look forward to cheering you on. Welcome to the Sunshine State.
You know what the weird part is? We're trying to sound excited about talking about sports, even trying to include the Canadian, and it's the same. Like, this sucks.
It's basketball. I'm already disappointed. It's just really funny from the standpoint of we were talking about Canadians in Florida, and then the next thing you know, they're bringing the Raptors down. No, there's really zero excitement whatsoever about basketball. I just think the interesting thing is going to be them adjusting to life in Florida.
I think they'll be fine.
Part. Oh, yeah, they'll be fine. It should actually be pretty funny.
I've been on this show more times than I've been to Florida, which is 0.
That's okay. Neither has Stieg. So,
well, there's a different kind of transport.
You guys just pick up Florida stuff by osmosis. But so apparently, where the heck is that? So somebody redid the Tampa Bay Raptors logo. So before it was a basketball with claw marks around it. So now here we got a Raptor. He's got Crocs.
They're not
theme
Tampa
parks.
Raptors. They're still Toronto Raptors. They're just their home base is in Tampa because there's so much restrictions.
What a crock!
No,
I actually like that logo.
Look at the short.
Culture.
I don't like the
anything
hat though. I don't like the hat. He should have like a fedora hat and a cigar.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice. A nice hand rolled cigar. Yeah.
It should be a Raptor on a wheelchair with Compton playing in the background.
Accidental Tourist says winning the Stanley Cup is the equivalent of winning at solitaire. Who cares?
Hey, Tourist, I like you. You're funny because that's true. Leafs haven't won since what, the 60s? Yeah. Everything's dead.
Steve is busy keeping the Swedes out of Norway. Yeah, that logo, isn't it? I freaking love it.
Theme
I
park,
love
you're
it.
fired. You're fired.
Boo, dad, bad joke.
Canadians don't wear
Which one?
Crocs. We wear snowshoes. They already have holes. We don't need another pair of plastic shoes. Oh,
Well, Crocs are different plastic shoes.
how?
Well, one, the material molds to your foot. It doesn't get moldy. It's super cushioned because when you have that nasty stank
Did you
Florida
just get
swamp
sponsored
weather.
by Crocs and you're not telling us yet? Is that the
Oh
scary thing?
no, I
Yeah,
own
that's-
like 10 pairs of Crocs. Oh no,
God.
they're ugly as hell. But wearing them around the parks, your feet will feel extremely good without blisters. That's the important thing. That's the important thing.
Well, I don't like those shoes. I never have. It's like shower shoes. I think
Yes, exactly.
I think you should only wear
Looks
those.
like you're
too.
wearing Swiss cheese on your feet.
Yeah, I think that they're essentially those are shower shoes. You put them on at the gym.
Barbie doll.
You put them on at the gym to go to the shower and take your shower and put them back on, and then you walk back to your locker and then you immediately change out of them and like try not to let people see them and laugh at you. That's what Crocs.
They are butt ugly. But if you are walking around the theme parks and it's a choice between, blisters all over your feet and you can't walk and everything, Crocs are very good. But I have Crocs, but I have 3-inch wedge heel Crocs. So I'm very specific. My Crocs look fly.
I'm sorry, that whole sentence just sounds not legit when you say my Crocs sound fly.
My Crocs are fly.
Your Crocs sounds fly?
You know what? You said that. I didn't say this.
Okay. But just because the Tampa thing is weird. I don't understand the Tampa Raptors. They didn't change or get bought by Tampa. They're still Toronto Raptors. They're just using it as a home base because stadiums are limited across the country. So I get the joke, but I don't get it. It's not funny. The Crocs are funnier.
No one's saying it's not. Okay. All right. All the jokes can't land.
I know.
Not
I'm
every
not the-
joke
I'm
lands.
not- I'm not the master
Not
of jokes.
every joke
but I'm
lands.
just
Not every
saying.
joke lands.
Like,
Cool. We
Raptors
got
having
like
an identity crisis.
what? Yes, they
Right?
are.
Raptors
Yes, they are. But if it's a choice between them not having a season, I think they
They
still
almost
would get
did when they almost decided to. Never mind. We're not going that one. We're not going to pay you.
Hey.
Okay, we want to pay now.
Hey, Zachariah 315 says, howdy, Lorena Creole, howdy, culture, howdy, Fat Steven, beat up Dave Filoni, howdy, Midnight's Edge After Dark. Hello, and I think I missed you, Cherry Rose. I'm
Howdy.
sorry. How you doing? Happy Diner Sarah said Croc or parent shoes.
Howdy.
The majority of them are, but mine are really, 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 really cool. Okay, so with that said, we're going to go to our next Florida Man story. 39 people watching. Thank you so much for joining us. And I just noticed my camera decided to not
That's what
cooperate
happens when you
with
talk
me.
about Crocs. It kills your webcam, guys. So that's canon now. You've seen it happen. So don't wear any Crocs, especially 10 pairs.
I'm not getting rid of my 3-inch Crocs. So, have you guys heard of this story yet?
Yeah, I saw the little tidbit, I think today or yesterday night.
Yeah, I sent that to you. I didn't know if you saw it or not.
Yeah, I saw this. I saw this yesterday. So this is a
Is that
small version.
Is that the dude from the diabetes commercial?
No, apparently it's a guy with a cigar saving his gator. Wait, excuse me, saving his puppy from the gator.
Damn.
Dude is
But here's-
Florida
hardcore, man.
man's a hero today.
That's a
You're
pet
thinking of
lover, right?
Walter or whatever, Walter Brimley.
Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Brimley.
Yeah. He died
The,
I know
just-
he died. I'm just saying.
recently.
In
Somebody's
August, I
calling.
think.
Florida Steve Irwin. Yes, yeah.
No, yeah, dude. He's hardcore,
Yeah.
man. That is hardcore old guy skills. So when you get to be older, you turn into this type of person. If you're a hardcore dude, if you are Chuck Norris qualified, that is the kind of person you turn into right there. You got old man skills.
How old is that gator?
And I'm talking about that dude.
No, the gator is a baby. Because
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you read the story and they say, oh, this guy jumped in and, and he saved his puppy from the gator, you have to remember that is an adolescent alligator. I highly doubt that if that was an 8-foot alligator,
Nah, it would have been
that
one
dude
shot.
Oh, it'd have
jumped
been
in there
one
after.
bite if it was a big one.
Yeah, it would have been a chicken nugget.
So here's the story. So it says a man in Florida rushed to save his puppy from the grip of an alligator, and it was all recorded by nearby surveillance cameras. Richard Wilbanks says his instincts and adrenaline kicked in when a gator snatched his dog, Gunner, and recently dragged him into a pond. He immediately jumped into the water to save his pet. He just came out like a missile, Wilbanks said. So this dude, first of all,
This is the moment Richard Wilbanks wrestles an alligator to save his dog's
How
life.
did he have the camera on?
Like a missile.
The sound of his puppy's cries are too upsetting, so we're not sharing it.
And they're like children to us.
Wilbanks pried open the gator's mouth and saved his dog, Gunner.
He had one little puncture wound. My hands were just chewed up.
Even after being dragged
yeah.
Damn.
Now there's an original video, and I didn't show it because it was on Breitbart where you could hear the puppy. I couldn't.
No.
No, we don't need that.
I couldn't. So I was glad I found this one where they muted it, but they showed what happened. It's like he grabbed the gator and he's trying to get the puppy out. He got out. But again, that gator is really, really, really small. And Stephen, I think you asked, how did they get this on tape?
Yeah, was it like one of those wilderness watching cameras that happened?
Yes. Yeah. So the lady goes into it a little bit later on.
Save Gunner's life.
But how did this terrifying encounter get recorded? The answer, a partnership between the Florida Wildlife Federation and the F-Stop Foundation.
The video was jarring.
Meredith Budd is the regional policy director at the Florida Wildlife Federation. They typically capture videos of things like deer or bobcats, not this.
So for you guys who thought I was lying, that's a bobcat.
Oh yeah, they're very real.
Yeah.
You will watch them run across the golf course while you're taking swings.
Mm-hmm. Florida, we got bobcats, bears. They're just out there. But yeah, they have like these cameras so they can.
So it's
track
like the Wisconsin of the South.
Yeah.
Except they don't have
Wisconsin-
alligators. So.
Nah, you guys don't have gators, but bobcats, panthers, bears, deer.
Oh my.
Yeah. All of that.
And it's all part of a campaign called.
Because here's the thing. He was walking his dog. Any Floridian knows you do not walk your dog. If there's standing water, you don't walk the dog near there.
No.
You
Crocodile
don't.
Dundee taught us this. You don't, even refilling your water, you don't go near the edge. Like it's common sense.
You don't. And I think it's mostly these snowbirds who don't know that. And two things. They're walking their dogs close to the water's edge too. That alligator had no fear of humans.
Oh no, he was like, I'm gonna have this puppy for lunch whether you like it or not.
And that's what happens in so many Florida neighborhoods. Yeah, Florida becoming the Australia of America. Yeah, dude. That's where we've been. But yeah, they
that's
have
probably a
no fear of humans.
that's probably a better analogy. 500 things that'll kill you in Florida.
The state is constantly trying to kill you. And if you feed the
Why do all
alligators,
the old
they
people
don't-
go there? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Because
They
they
think
don't
the
like
warm
the cold.
weather. Yeah.
You would
the
think
warm
they would rather
weather.
go to Cali
No,
or like
Cal-
Arizona or New Mexico or Nevada. No, why the fuck would you want to go where it's
Tom.
fucking humid and full of alligators and you can't run?
It's easier to fight a gator than to fight an SJW taking a shit on your sidewalk.
Damn it. Why do you gotta make so much fucking sense here?
I don't
But
want that
old
blue
people
hair
and
guy on my
gators
hand.
don't mix.
They
just-
don't. They don't. You know why? Because they wind up feeding them like Betty White in Lake Placid.
Oh God.
That's what they wind up freaking
Wait,
doing. Because
Speaking
they
of
think
Betty
they're
White,
cute.
has anyone checked on Betty White? Is she still okay?
Oh, I don't know.
They do realize that they're not like dogs and shit to where like if you feed them, they're just gonna come back and be happy. No, they come back and you ain't got no food. They're just gonna feed on you.
Mm-hmm. And they wonder
They
why
have
their
no-
pets are missing.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they have no sense of who the fuck you. They don't care who you are or what you're feeding them. They're just gonna eat you next.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah, Larry. Lots of critters are imported to Florida, some by accident. Yeah.
You know, it's funny how many people are scared of sharks, but like in literally like the last 200 years, there have been what, 3 or 4 deaths, maybe 5, according to whatever in the U.S. from shark attacks, and most of them were in the Jersey shark attack of 1906 or whatever. Mm. So like, and how many people have been killed by gators? I'm at least guessing in the dozens.
Well, and they're excellent disposal services. They're kind of like the pig farm of the South. You know, if you needed to get rid of a body, you know.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Is I just feel like there's not enough caution. You know what I mean?
There isn't. If you're a native Floridian or semi-native Floridian, you don't mess with gators. You see a gator come out of the water, you give it a wide freaking berth. You don't even freaking go near it. And usually if you try to, it'll wind up hissing at you to remind you to back up. So usually people will leave it alone. But tourists think that they're cute and they'll feed them. They'll like leave food out for them. There's no respect, or say very little respect, for wild animals. I'll put it that way.
Right. Like, I mean, let's put it like this. You feed a bear. Okay. You keep feeding said bear. Chances are the bear will probably leave you alone. Probably. He gets hungry enough, motherfucker will eat you though. But like, gator won't give fuck. They will eat you up. They will eat your friends, your family. They eating everybody out here. So hide your kids and hide your wives.
I knew that was coming.
If you like your kids.
I couldn't even get out of the way. Now
Yes,
I have
Go
that
ahead,
auto.
Coffee.
I have that auto tune now stuck in my head.
Hide your kids.
Hide your
wife in the gator.
Yes, Soul Assassin, the Everglades takes all and hides all. Yes, it does. Gators get no respect at all. Yeah, they don't get respect from snowbirds. They don't. For Floridians and people who know, yeah, much respect for gators. And I always
motherfucker will just take your foot like that. Like, all it takes.
Look at what happened to 4 Chubbs. You know, Chubbs was just out there golfing. And you know,
it's all in the hips.
It's all in
the hips.
And he leaned over to get his ball, and that gator, the gator took his hand.
But he took the gator's eye, so it was par for par, man. And what Chubbs didn't die by gator, he died by the head in the gift box, and he fell out the window and then was hit by the car.
Larry says, I watched CSI Miami.
Now I want to go watch Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, I know, right? I want to go to my happy place.
Remember,
dude,
Weathers was in Happy Gilmore.
Weathers, I'm sorry. Weathers, awesome. Old man skills. Old man skills.
Culture.
Motherfucking Weather. I'll tell you right now, Carl Weathers is 72 years old. Motherfucker don't look a day over 50.
Oh, hell no. He has that.
He looks awesome.
And he whooped that ass.
Yeah, well, they all go to the same the same facility, right? They go like twice a year, like where Keith Richards goes, and they all drain their blood out and get fresh blood from other people.
Probably, I believe it. 42 folks watching. Thank you so much. So we go from again. Moral of the story is
Carl Weathers could take out an alligator.
He could. I believe that.
Come get me, alligator. I'll fuck you up.
Subhuman 84 says, I've driven on US 27 through the Everglades and seen plenty of gators. Tina Bojan says,
Carl Weathers only. Oh, go ahead.
Tina Bojan says, we were cooking steak in our timeshare backyard grill in Tennessee when a cougar came out of the woods. He strolled up to the grill and swiped a steak right in front of us.
Carl Weathers' only weaknesses are simple. No, it's real easy. It's just aliens and Russians. That's it.
So you're telling me if the gator came out of the water with the predator,
he's got a fear of gators, evidently, but I think he's just acting there because, like in real life, I bet you he'd take that fucking gator.
Dude, he is dang close to Chuck Norris. I mean, dang close.
Just keep him away from Russians.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Cool. 50 likes and I'll buy you a gator.
Well, it's partially Rocky's fault. He should have thrown it in the damn towel.
Yeah, it is.
Quick intermission quickly for all those in the chat. If we do get to 2,000 subscribers, so tell your friends, Lorena already promised on Larry Toriel's show that she will be wearing a cheerleader outfit. So get those people down here.
Say what?
Yeah,
I did say
exactly,
that.
Tom. Yeah, you did, because
Yeah.
you're smiling and you're lying.
When you're
Yes.
smiling, the whole world smiles.
I'll be looking
with
for a
you.
new job by Monday.
You're cool, Steven. Naughty Monkey Orrath says Gators get no respect from stupid people, and stupid people get gatored. Natural selection at work. I'm cheering for
Oh,
Gator.
dude, we need more. We need more respect for natural selection, in my opinion.
Oh yes, modern
We
medicine
do.
is too good for stupid people. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
What you're saying is we should have a picnic, like a giant-sized picnic, invite all the SJWs we know, and make sure they all stand near the water where the gators are.
Yeah.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Get to the gator.
Hey, Sam McCabe says, hope you're all well. Babe and Koala.
Him and his brother. God,
Koala.
Koalas in the rain.
Yeah.
Yep.
I used to be a cheerleader.
And she did promise it, so go back to her channel and look for the Lady
I did.
Toriel episode. She did actually promise it.
2,000 subs.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, again, PSA: don't feed the gators and don't walk your dog so close to standing water. Okay.
What's the biggest gator you guys have run into?
18 feet.
Stop.
That I've seen, probably about 10 to 12 feet.
I saw an 18-footer. Yeah, close enough to have a bad day.
Yeah.
So, you know,
25, 3 tons of them.
This one was like in a little drainage ditch out at NASA, just getting some sun and chilling.
This one was in the middle of the median, and there was a tire change involved.
Mm.
Was the gator changing the tire, or
he needs some help?
Reina,
I got it.
Reina, do you see Duazi's comment? That's the perfect description for the year 2020, right?
The world went wrong when we started getting rid of stuff like lawn darts.
Okay, Jim, you go over
and potato guns and shit, yeah, and access to explosives.
Oh, there was a comedian who did it so well.
Yes.
Who was it? Oh, here it is. I found it.
Rednecks lost access to explosives, so what do? They create a drug that blows them up.
The Reina cheerleader outfit. I thought I wasn't going to survive toxic femininity this week. Thanks for the memories, Reina.
It was an amazing show. Yes,
greatest show ever in the history of YouTube. If you have not seen it,
one for the memories.
Memories. Yes.
Are we still on time?
Record
if
books.
If we share a minute quickly, because he brought up something that I remember from a comedian named Greg Morton. Everyone's watched Just for Laughs, right?
Which one? Sorry.
Greg Morton. You guys have heard of Greg Morton, right?
I have not.
I'm going to share this quickly because this is pretty on point with his comment, and I think this would perfectly fit. You guys ready?
Okay. If I get claimed, I got to snip it out. But good.
We'll just talk over it.
When I was a kid, my mom used to say to me, "I will beat the black off you."
I think I have seen him before.
Look at me, damn near work too.
Wow.
I can find one part.
Yeah, that was a lot of
We were
people's
kids,
favorite
there weren't
episodes.
that many dumb kids.
Here it is.
Because we had toys that would kill you. Remember lawn darts?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we lost a lot of dumb kids on that one, didn't we, huh? Okay, you go stand down there. I'm gonna throw this dart.
Oh
you
my
can
goodness.
be goalie.
Kind of dangerous, huh? Oh.
All right, there you go. There you go.
I think I've seen this before.
He's also the one that does the C-3PO and the Star Wars in like 30 seconds. That's the same guy.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Honestly, Just for Laughs is where it's at. I'll find it for you one day for a clip.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's goofy Canadians. They think stuff is funny.
That's not a Canadian comedian.
Sure. Whatever.
You do realize that
all
just
in
just
the
for Laughs is
hips.
an international festival, right?
44 folks watching, folks, and a PSA for you. You really
Sure.
don't want to do this unless you know what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
How many of you guys have had a fried turkey?
Is he injecting it with meth? What is that?
Oh no.
No, he is
I'm gonna jack this turkey up.
seasoning into a turkey. I have seen turkey inject.
Did you say seasoning?
Thing.
Did you
I
just
said,
fix?
I
did
did.
you seasoning?
did. I said seasoning.
Your
did.
Southern is showing.
It is.
I like my
It is.
seasoning.
I like my seasoning in it.
I like my
We got seasoning. We got barbecue. We got both flavors down here.
Oh, Jim Bob, get that flamethrower. We're gonna season that turkey real good. Yeah.
I go see my relatives in Florida, and people are like, "You're not from around here, are you?" I'm like, "What gave it away?" And then after a week, you can't tell me apart. It's pretty
I
bad.
want some seasoning with your turkey.
Every time I travel to Hawaii, I start speaking bird again. So I sound like a local. So it's like I come home, people are like, "What?"
John Beck says, I would watch the Alton Brown. Love Alton Brown. He's one of my favorite chefs. Deep fryer turkey special first. He talks so much about safety. Yes. People do stupid stuff like not freaking read the directions about
Step
how
one.
to do the turkey.
Step 1. Be sure your turkey totally defrosted, thawed out, ready to go. Because reasons. Lorraine will probably tell you why.
Reasons. For the same reason that when you make buttermilk biscuits, you have cold butter with dough put into an extremely hot oven. Why? So the biscuits expand really, really big. You don't want that to happen with a turkey trying to fry it. But you know what? We always have to have an example, and one of the best examples is Broward County, Florida. So the Broward County Sheriff's Office demonstrates how not to deep fry a turkey.
We also have an important annual reminder with Thanksgiving less than 1 week away now. Frying a turkey can be very dangerous. On Local 10 News reporter Syra Onwar is live with a safety demonstration. Syra.
So Janice and Christy, we tell you every year, but in case you forgot, here it is again. You know, Thanksgiving is a top day for cooking fires, with a lot of people wanting to deep fry their turkeys. They say, hey, it's easy, it's cheap, why not fry it? But BSO Fire Rescue, they want to remind you that it's not safe.
One thing I also want to add, it's usually hot in the South. So no one really wants a hot oven going for 4-5 hours.
Yeah,
all that.
smoking it's even better.
Yeah,
See,
you just want to cook it outside.
As a turkey, I've learned to wear my turkey breast armor before the holiday season comes, so I don't get fried.
There you go.
So my turkey breast armor saves lives.
It saves lives.
It's
There you
not
go.
Broward County.
Yes, see, told you, cops. Broward County, Dade County, and Pasco County. Usually Broward County is number one. Broward County, shocker.
No. No.
Living in South Florida, deep fried turkey is very, very popular around Thanksgiving time.
Broward County Sheriff Fire Rescue says those who choose to deep fry their turkeys should know the risks.
The National Fire Protection Agency actually discourages cooking and deep frying turkeys because of the high element of danger.
While wearing full protective gear,
High element of danger.
consequences of improper use.
What's up with his hair?
Using an unthawed turkey with a spillover of hot oil and fire.
Now, who in their right mind actually puts it in there that fast?
No one.
They're actually, that's not true. There are idiots out there. Sometimes
Oh.
forget their times. They're in a hurry and they don't realize how full their thing is, and they drop it in. And then those are the same idiots who then use water and a cloth to try to clean it up, and it just spreads it more.
Well, we're not talking about the ones that's the reason why we have directions
Lawn
on
darts?
shampoo. No, but in general, Most people know not to do that, but you got a few idiots, and I guess they're
You know,
tired of making those calls out from the fire department.
well, Alton Brown actually shows people how to like set up like a little tripod mechanism over your thing so you can lower it slow and you're not over the thing, and says things like, hey, make sure it's thought out. Brilliant stuff. Because because here's the thing, if the turkey, we probably going to get there. I ain't going to spoil the end for everybody.
No, there are dumb people. Hello, Dark Shadow Logan. Yes, there most definitely are, and we're talking about Broward County, which has a bigger percentage of them. I'd rather barbecue my turkey. There's a way to do it, but fried, it's the South. We got to fry everything. Shadratar says, Lorena, these people that deep fry frozen turkeys are the reason Planters peanuts have the warning may contain nuts on them.
These are the survivors of lawn darts.
Hey, Becky. Yep, let me move on. Let's see. Hold on. No joke. I've seen idiots who've done that and it fried inside a house. Thankfully, they are not related to me at all. Yeah, everyone I know does this outside.
Oil fires cannot be extinguished and should not be extinguished with water.
Highlight.
I'm sorry, did we not learn that in first aid class?
He even looked troubled having to say, he's like, I can't, like, if you hear it in his voice, he's literally like, I think they have to explain this to these morons on the news that water will not put out oil.
You don't put water on a grease fire. They teach you that in home ec.
Well, yeah, except that nobody takes that anymore. I mean, they're too busy taking, like, how do I identify the 65 gender class?
Oh, you mean the which vowels in the alphabet are not taken yet?
It's nuts. It's, oh Lord, you know what? This is why we need to bring like rudimentary education,
I have one
real
question.
world education schools. Yes.
How good is deep fried?
Freaking delicious. It's like Popeye's fried a turkey. That's how good deep fried turkey is. Hey, Runner. Hey, Runner. They replace home ec with gender studies. Yeah, because home ec would teach you stuff like kitchen safety, not to put oil in a grease fire, use flour if you don't have a fire extinguisher, crap like that. Not crap, but
You're serious? They actually replaced home ec with gender studies?
Some schools they did. Some schools they've taken out things like home ec, things like shop class, things like
practical things. Yeah, and
personal
personal finance
stuff.
Yeah,
personal finance stuff like that.
Yeah, they used to teach a great deal in schools, especially middle schools. You used to be able to, learn how to cook for your siblings because your parents are both working.
Yeah, nutrition,
that kind of
budgeting.
Like they used to teach. Yeah, I was just gonna say they used to teach you a lot of basics, like even how to write checks and budget, and
how
to sew basic things. So if you ever had a rip or something, you can do it yourself. How to thread a needle. Like I thought that was common sense, like normal. So they got rid of all that.
I need gender studies. I need studies.
I mean, think about it. They got rid of that along with phys ed, like physical education. They got rid of parts of that.
It's so like it's the fun to have gym because I totally can't do a push up.
Yeah, you're right, Sam. Can't be maintaining traditional skills these days. It's just, especially
tradition is an istophobe.
It is.
It is. Common living skills are misogyny.
I remember manual typing class. Yes, that's the best class I ever had.
And you used to have contests with your friends, right? How many words you can do it. Remember that?
Oh yeah. And then you had people like Lorena, where it sounded like there was like machine guns going off next to you because their nails are hitting the keys. Like, you're like, holy crap.
My name is Lorena. I know how to type 100 words a minute.
140 words a minute.
You get away from me, Jesus.
I freaking love it. I scare people. It's great.
An aid for a nearby fire extinguisher. BSO says consumer-grade turkey fryers use a lot of really hot oil and are dangerous even after you turn them off. The use of turkey fryers could lead to burns, other injuries, and some pretty destructive fires.
That's pretty.
Read the damn instructions, y'all.
You can't
But if
read.
you absolutely insist on deep frying your turkey, make sure your turkey is completely thawed and dry, and don't overfill your fryer with oil like we just saw. Also, an important reminder, keep a clear area around your fryer. Make sure your kids and pets are at a safe distance more than 10 feet away.
That's the reason why there's usually only one person out there in the yard frying the turkey. I can't with these people. Oh my God.
That's the latest live from Fort Lauderdale. Syra Onward, Local 10 News.
The Park Casual says, now you want people to read.
Reading is misogynistic. You know this.
But it really, oh God, it is just.
Well,
At least
I mean,
they
to
did
be,
right. Go ahead.
yeah. I was going to say, to be fair, at least they did not show
Her breath.
an exploding turkey. Because if you put a full-on frozen turkey into a, I was hoping for that. I was waiting for that moment. When you put a full-on frozen turkey into a hot oil, you have an explosion. They go boom.
They did it right. They did it right though. They got an attractive woman. I'm not trying to be toxic or anything. They had attractive women to keep their attention maintained, and they told them the common sense most people learn when they're younger. So at least they did the right training.
Bruce Lombardo says warning labels written in cursive could fix so many problems. That's like an occupational thing, you know. We've moved away from using cursive so much.
Oh yeah, I remember those classes too. It was part of English.
Dang. So now they take in driver's ed. Yeah, they took driver's ed too. A lot of stuff they took out, but yep, the South, we fry our turkeys.
Well,
fry
driver's
pretty
ed, I
much
understand. A lot of
everything.
places have turned it into a situation where you got to pay for it. And that's because, I mean, you know, why should the school be responsible for that? But at the same time, I don't see why they should have changed it. I don't know. It's kind of a meh.
They could at least give it a study class, like at least going over the manual, doing like the
here's my thing with
learning where they could do virtual tests like they do in the actual driving schools.
Honestly, I guess if I have to look at it from this perspective as a taxpayer, I'd rather they do it in school so everybody has an opportunity. Because there's a lot of, like, you know, poor kids who can't afford to pay for it and shit like that. Like the main course in class. Like I had it when I was in school, but now my kid didn't have that opportunity. He had to pay for it if he wanted to take it. So, like, yeah, I can see that being a problem.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many things like that. I mean, think about the fact that, you know, now kids are on travel basketball, baseball, football.
Welfare kids get it for free. That's the way he put it. I mean, I guess if they can do that, that's cool. But either way, as long as everybody gets an opportunity to do it. Sorry, Culture. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
We're good.
I've never taken a driving lesson. I've never gone for a license. I've never even driven a car. But I've been hit by 16 of them. So I know what it's like looking in on the windshield, going, well, that looks like a good way.
How the fuck do you get hit by 16 cars?
Tom, for 9 years, I was a bike messenger in Toronto. And like Lorena says, I got hit by a lot of Quebecers who don't pay attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
You think I was like, oh, it's Friday. I need money for the club. There's a Mercedes.
No, I'm sure that worked out well.
Well, it was one Mercedes. We had one guy, we called him Porsche because he was waving at us one time at the wait spot and he didn't realize there was a Porsche in front of him. So he hit the Porsche, went over the back of the Porsche onto the hood of the Porsche.
Well, folks, we have 46 people watching. Oh my God. Every time Stephen mentions about getting hit, I'm just like, oh my God.
I'm not dead. So it's all good.
No, but it's just the fact of somebody. No, not getting to it.
That's the thing, though. The thing is, you can never preemptively avoid every accident. And if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. People are stupid. People are never paying attention to their surroundings. It's always their own lives. It only affects their lives when they finally realize they put another life in jeopardy. So it's common knowledge, like with the turkey.
But at least you were here with us. And that's what matters.
I need that in paper so I can send it to people who don't acknowledge me anymore.
Well, folks, 47 people watching. Thank you so much for being here with us. Welcome to Florida. We're going over all kinds of crazy Florida stuff, but now is the history portion. So, did you know that the actual, well, we'll say the first recorded Thanksgiving meal was not in Plymouth, Massachusetts, but was actually in Spanish Florida. Did you know that?
I didn't, but this is going to be awesome. I can't wait for this.
I like his beard. Very man.
Hey, Keely Chow. That for years, people, well, there's a reason that people think that the first one is in Plymouth. And that's because the official holiday in the United States for Thanksgiving is around the Mayflower settlers who came to Plymouth, Massachusetts. So they didn't use the one in Jamestown. I don't know why. And someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but the Thanksgiving holiday was, I believe, instituted by Lincoln. And it was a way to kind of get the country back together because of what was going on with the Civil War. So instead, they went with the Pilgrim story.
Is that what the turkey baster?
That was the turkey. I don't think they had a turkey. I don't think they had a turkey baster.
I can feel culture staring at me right now.
Thank you, Theme Park Casual. Yes, I try to give you a little bit of actual Florida history to counter the crazy, because most people just know about the theme parks and all of that, but a lot of people don't know about the actual history. But before people think that I am hating on the Pilgrims, I know this is small. So before people think I'm hating on the Pilgrims, let me give a little bit of levity here. Florida and Jamestown wasn't part of the British colonists. It was a Spanish colonist. You are right and wrong at the same time. And I'll tell you why. Jamestown was a British colony. Florida was a British colony. No, Florida was a Spanish colony from 1565 to 1763 as a result of a conflict known as the French and Indian War, or I believe the Spanish War of Succession. Then Florida, East Florida and West Florida became British province, British colonies, until the Americans won the Revolutionary War. Because the reason that Florida went to Britain, reason why Florida went to Britain after the 7 Years' War is because Spain lost in the 7 Years' War. Spain wanted to keep Cuba. So the British said, if you want to keep Cuba, you got to give us Florida. So that's what they did. And then when the Americans won the Revolutionary War, because the Spaniards actually backed the Americans on the sly, the Spanish got back Florida. So, yeah. Florida was actually a British colony for 20 years. Some folks probably didn't know that, but that was actually true. So back to what you see here, all of this. Frances Stanley, that is my great-grandmother, also known as OG Reina Creole. So all this down here. Sorry?
Is this your ancestry, pretty much? Like the ancestry.com stuff? Or is
Yes.
this something else?
Yes, this is from
really
Ancestry.com.
I've never seen this before. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is Ancestry.com. Steven, sorry, you faded out.
You might want to zoom in a little bit because the chat can't really.
Yeah. So let me see. Let me see if I can zoom in here for you. Hopefully that'll work. Okay. So thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. So this here is Frances Stanley. This is AKA OG Reina Creole. So that's her. That's my great-grandmother, second great-grandmother. No, great-grandmother. All of us freaking runs together. So this side down here is all Georgian farmers and people who bought land from the King of Spain. This over here is her Spanish line, Afro-Spaniards, that's all of that. So that's not the part that we're looking at down here. This part up here is her white Mayflower descended father. And while we have lines back to about 8 Mayflower passengers, the one that I'm going to bring up here is a Stephen Hopkins. So how many of you know about the play The Tempest by Shakespeare?
I do. It was reading in our school we had.
Yeah, that. Stefano is based on Stephen Hopkins, who is my 10th great-grandfather.
Really?
He was shipwrecked in Bermuda. He was shipwrecked in Bermuda. On the way to Jamestown. He got to Jamestown when they were eating people. And when they were starving and eating people and all of that. So he was in Jamestown for a while. And then he went back to England after they found out that his wife died, got his 2 kids, Constance and Giles. And I descend from both of them. But here I descend from Giles. And he went to Plymouth Colony. And he was on the Mayflower. And he was the only colonist who'd actually been to the New World before. So this is through Stephen Hopkins' son. So I descend from like 2 or 3 lines from his son. It's like all inbred or whatever. But suffice that to say, I have enough Mayflower lineage to say that I'm not hating. This is just history. So yes, this is all the way back to Stephen Hopkins was born in 1582. Damn. 1582. Then he got to Plymouth in 1620. However, before 1620, when they landed in Plymouth
Rock?
In the year, I'm sorry, Plymouth what?
Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth Rock, yeah, it was actually a myth, but yeah, but they like to call Plymouth Rock, yeah. But that was
I prefer Schoolhouse Rock, but okay.
Jack Black was good in that movie, The House of Rock, or was it The School of Rock?
It was School of Rock.
Okay.
It was School of Rock. It was School of Rock.
The House of O, I think, is what you're thinking about, Stephen.
I
know the House of M, but that was more of an X-Men. Less music.
A lot of people are descended from Stephen Hopkins. I like Stephen Hopkins because he was always getting sued. He would give liquor to the Indians on Sundays. He wasn't supposed to sell it to them. He'd house the Indians in his house, and he was almost hung in Bermuda because he didn't like what was going on. But anyway.
Well, at least the man was hung.
Speaking of which, Reina, we have to be related. I'm going to figure it out.
God.
Yeah. That's cool. That'd be cool if you could find that out, because it's very possible I'm related to Andrew.
Careful. I might be related to both of y'all.
Possibly through that same
I'm probably, and most likely I'm related to Tom because, you know, he's
closely
Lily.
related to pizza.
You're closely related to Reese's Pieces.
Now Culture's gonna have to sing Schoolhouse
on
Rock
my mom's side
sometime.
Oh, absolutely no problem. I will go old school on karaoke sometime and do nothing but like Schoolhouse Rock songs or like Sesame Street stuff. Like, one of these things is not like the other. One of these things doesn't belong. Can you tell which one is not like the other? And I'll tell you if you are wrong.
The last karaoke, he actually wore that outfit that I'm showing right now.
Oh my. Well, Casperius says, I'm sure 90% of native New Englanders are related to the Mayflower, and my fam comes from New England. I want to say it's a little bit less than 90. I think they said. I forget what the lady at the GSMD said. I'm still fighting with them to get my lines recognized, but it's close. There's a lot of, I don't want to say inbred because it was a small pool of people. So a lot of them are related to each other. But this video here from a PBS series called Secrets of the Dead, which they have a special on Spanish Florida that you can, I think, see a couple of them on YouTube. You can also order the DVD. It is fascinating if you want to know about Spanish Florida. But this little snippet right here that I'm probably going to talk over a bit so I don't get copyright claimed is when they talk about the first Thanksgiving was actually in Florida and not Massachusetts. And one of the guys who is actually a Plymouth historian weighed in on this.
Menendez christened the new settlement San Agustin, or St. Augustine. It was September 8th, 1565.
Just to add, Pedro Menendez, the government of Spain sent him to Florida to basically colonize the land here because they heard that French Huguenots had settled in a place called Fort Caroline, which is where the modern site now is Paris Island, South Carolina. So they got sent so they could get rid of and exterminate the French Huguenots. because you had the Huguenots there and you had the French who were in New Orleans. And of course, you had the British. Well, the British weren't there yet. Some of the British were in the Caribbean, but their primary objective actually was two. One, to get rid of the French to the north, and two, to establish a fort so that they could protect the Spanish treasure fleet that would come back from Mexico, loaded down with silver, gold, all of that to take back to Spain. And the ships were getting jacked by British and French pirates.
Yeah. Well, there were some privateers mixed in there as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And privateers. But Menendez was the first one who officially, when he talked like Queen Isabella, he wanted to establish an official protective flotilla for the Spanish treasure ships.
Didn't Menendez just like go on trial for like killing his parents? Like he and his brother like totally murdered the hell out of him.
Ooh, that was a different Menendez.
Oh,
okay. I'm no longer doing this.
This was sorry, I have to say his whole name, Pedro Menendez de Aviles. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't speak French. Can you say that in American?
Are you still my joke now too, Tom?
Pedro Menendez.
Pedro
Menendez.
Yeah, that guy's really bad in freaking Mandalorian.
Totally different name.
And he's a supporting voice actor for a puppet. How sad is that?
What? Who? Where? When? Why? I want to be a puppet.
Oh, let's get someone to stick their hand up your ass.
Oh God. Yes, everybody loved plundering the Spanish treasure ships because they were full of silver and gold and all kinds of booty, to the point where Queen Elizabeth had her pirates.
When I see. Hello. Oh, you don't know the story of the first Thanksgiving? Well, pull up an ice block and I'll tell you. People ate people. It was crazy.
People are people, so why should it be?
The only difference between the people eating and the people eating the people was the pilgrim hats. That's about it. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Lorena's teaching us stuff and we're goofing about. Stop goofing about.
Okay, man, as soon as we figure out which Mendez is the right Mendez.
Okay. So Pedro Menendez de Aviles. So I have to say the whole name, like a Tribe Called Quest. I have to say his whole name in order to say what it is. But yeah, so he shows up.
Traditionally, the Spanish representative, the king, would go to the flag, plant the flag in the ground, and proclaim the land in the name of the king. He, however, went over to Father Lopez and knelt down and kissed the cross. So he proclaimed the land in nombre de Dios, in the name of God, before the name of his king.
And Lopez observed the.
So this guy here is the Mayflower historian. What is?
I love you, Tom,
what is
so much. Right?
Stripe doing? Oh my God. Okay. So anyway, this is the Mayflower historian. He was the one who actually stumbled upon these records to find out that the first meal of thanks was not in 1620, but actually in Spanish Florida in 1565. Needless to say, he's a real popular person in Plymouth.
The natives imitated all they saw done. Now there is a picture for you.
Yeah.
Father Lopez then conducted a mass of thanksgiving, and Menendez ordered that a meal be prepared for everyone, including the natives.
So the natives here, I'm sorry, somebody have a question?
I think Spike has a question.
Spike, do you have a question? I can't hear you. You have to speak up. Yes, you can feed the people after midnight. It's okay. But just to clarify, folks, the natives that they're talking about here, these are not the Seminoles. These are the Timucua Indians, who are, I think they said, distant cousins of the Seminoles. So these were the Timucua. And Spain actually learned from what they didn't do right in the Caribbean, which they did much better in Spanish Florida with the natives. They aligned with them to help defend their territory. I think I need to send some kids down to the principal's office. I just might.
I love Tom. I'm sorry.
This took 55 years before the Pilgrims even arrived in Plymouth.
55 years before Plymouth.
Can I point something out? Do you notice that the one that's just being served looks exactly like the guy on his left holding the baby.
You think so?
I think so. It's just a side view. It looks very similar. Either that or I'm in a lot of trouble.
Maybe the artist got lazy.
Yeah.
A few years ago, Dr. Michael Gannon drew fire when he called this meal the true first Thanksgiving.
There was a guy who called me from WBZ in Boston. He said, while I'm talking, do you realize that there's an emergency meeting of select men at Plymouth to contend with this new information that there were Spaniards in Florida before there were Englishmen in Massachusetts?
Another thing to add here is when they were trying to figure out where to move, where the Mayflower Pilgrims were going to go in the New World, Florida was actually an option, but they didn't want to deal with the Spaniards, mostly because they were killing the French, so they didn't really want to deal with the Spaniards. But this was actually, and it's still, people still getting the fights on Facebook about it, about the first Thanksgiving being, in Florida. And it's like, look, there's a difference between the first Thanksgiving recorded and the Thanksgiving holiday that we base it on in the United States. And some people can't make that distinction.
And then he said, well, you know how you've become known up here in New England? I said, no. He said, the Grinch who stole Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Yeah, and we actually have real Thanksgiving in this country, and then Canada tried to co-opt it by some kind of Northwest Passage.
Don't you have more Mendez's to confuse? Thank you.
I'm pretty sure I'm right, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. And
I don't care.
Canadian appropriation. Canadian appropriation.
Can I ask a question though? Canadian Thanksgiving, because I never really understood that. No, I mean, not that it's done. But just what is it based on?
Some unsuccessful discovery of non-existent Northwest Passage.
I think we were just thankful we got the hell away from the U.S. I think that's what it was.
It's not the truth, and you know it. I just gave everybody.
Neither is you saying we appropriated your Thanksgiving.
Really?
Really?
All right. What were you thankful for?
Well, who cares? Everybody just feed me fucking turkey and shut the fuck up.
Exactly. Give me the stuffing. It's all over.
Turkey and stuffing and cranberries and biscuits and pecan pie and sweet potato pie, because we don't do pumpkin pie.
I love pumpkin pie.
I love Canadians, so don't get me wrong.
Doesn't sound like it.
No, it's just look, no. It's just if you're gonna steal a holiday, at least make it like of a successful event that you guys did.
You're making us sound like we're hamburglers stealing burgers from Ronald McDonald. It's not like that.
Look who I'm talking to.
Hey, I eat burgers. I don't steal them.
Oh, all right.
Hey, Accidental Tourist said if the Pilgrims were real pilgrims, they would want the truth to come out. Go Florida. You would think so, but there was a lot of money and a lot of tourism wrapped up in Plymouth and Thanksgiving. If you ever go to Plymouth during the Thanksgiving holiday, that place is freaking swamped, full of people just who want to be there. People who were in the General Society of Mayflower Descendants Library, trying to find out if they're descended from pilgrims. They have a lot of money and prestige. And I want to know who paid off Lincoln and the rest of Congress to base the Thanksgiving holiday off of that particular event, because Plymouth has a lot sunk into it. And I don't know if people know, but this year would have been the 400th, the celebration of 400 years since the Mayflower Pilgrims landed at Plymouth. They were supposed to have a whole bunch of stuff. I was actually supposed to go, but then the Woo Flu popped off.
Woo Flu!
And they lost all that money. So yeah, Florida would be competition, and they have a lot of stakes in it. I'm not.
They don't eat steak; they eat turkey.
They eat turkey. I just find it funny when I tell Mayflower descendants that, and they're just like, "Why are you against Plymouth?" I'm like, "Hey, look, I descend from Mayflower descendants. Look, it is what it is. Team Spain gets this point." Let's see. Tourism money, sweet potato pie and shut my mouth. Yes, indeed.
Oh yeah.
A lot of
Is
love
it sad that I
tourism.
give more of a shit about where my turkey comes from than my lineage at this point? Or
No.
The
No.
best thing, the best thing about Thanksgiving is that even after you're done having the initial one, you have leftovers for weeks, and there's nothing better than a warm turkey sandwich with gravy. I'm sorry.
Shut the fuck up, Steven.
It's just
Why, am I
about
making you
having
hungry?
fun.
Maybe.
I haven't had dinner yet, you douche.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's my fault you guys didn't decide to get food before you were starting.
I did, but it was like 3 hours ago now.
yeah. We gotta
For pennies a day, you too can give a damn about their hunger.
Lord, y'all need to stop. Commander Ed Stracker of Shadow, I love that AVI, says, really, duh. I knew the Spanish land on the U.S. mainland first back in the second grade, but went to grade school in the late 60s through 70s. Here's the interesting thing. Since my mother was raised in the South in Florida, they knew all of that. I went to school in the North, so as far as they were concerned, colonial history was only the 13 original colonies and only went as far south as Georgia. Because they always say that history is written by the conquerors. Well, if you look at what happened with the Civil War, the North won that. So the North shaped the narrative that way. Excuse me. And they ignored pretty much anything about that with the South, and especially with land that used to be Spanish land in the States. So like I said, if you're from Florida, you know all of this because it's all there and it's all around you. For somebody like me who had to go back and look at my family's history, it made sense when I went there, but it's not something that's taught. Even with the Revolutionary War, we always know about France helping us. That's pretty much well taught, Lafayette and all that, but no one talks about the Spanish shadow money that was passed around and the gold they had to smuggle up from Cuba, the gold and the silver, to pay the French at the Battle of Yorktown. No one really knows about
Silver
that either.
and gold. Silver and gold.
Lots of that. Nah, Shadrazar, we just learn as we go along. Florida has enough tourism. Yeah, now. Pre-Disney, nobody was going to Florida. Who was? Yeah, sorry. They were going to Miami. Okay. They were going to Miami and then going to Cuba and coming back. That's what they were doing. That was about it. That was about it. Let's see. Turkey steak. When is U.S. Thanksgiving? It is this Thursday. It's always the fourth Thursday in November.
Very soon.
Mm-hmm. Very, very soon.
Don't feel like it though, because every day's Blur's Day.
Blur, especially with this Wu flu. It's just, all
yeah,
days
that's my
come
point.
together.
It's like nothing feels normal anymore.
It really doesn't. It's the only thing that feels semi-normal is all of the people at supermarkets who don't usually go around Thanksgiving and they don't know where stuff is in the store.
Did you guys read the that parody article they had not too long ago where they were talking about Gavin Newsom taking every turkey that was over 10 pounds so it would limit family gatherings because it wouldn't be enough turkey? It was parody, but it was funny because we're at that point where it sounds just real enough.
God, Newsom. I heard they have half the amount of signatures so far to recall that dude. I hope it keeps going.
I hope he actually gets taken out by the American psycho.
I hope he does. I hope he does.
He's such a hypocrite.
Bad Bunny, I don't know, but the all-important holiday, Black Friday, is November 27th. I'm not going anywhere on Black Friday.
Hey, where's White Wednesday? When are we getting that holiday? I'm sorry.
Black Friday is release the shopping Krakens. Yes, it is.
And I take responsibility Tuesday.
I take responsibility.
Kennedy should have gone to Florida in 1963 instead of Texas.
In fact, that's where he was headed. He was redirected. But you know what? We can't get into the Kennedy conspiracy on the Reina show. But if you want to, if you want a really good show about that, you can go to Wes Moody's channel and check out the conversation that he and I had on this very subject on one of his conspire or con Spire C show, because we can't say that word on the tubes of you.
No, you can't.
Hey, wait, if he's the king, does he have burgers?
Does he? Oh, I don't know. Well, we didn't get Kennedy, but Florida certainly got Nixon at the Contemporary, given his "I am not a crook" speech. So
I am not a crook.
I didn't
that
do
is
it
true.
today.
That is true. We just did get that. Let's see. Tina Bojan says, my lineage is pretty non-existent. Paternal great-grandfather changed his name when he fled Italy for murdering his brother, and maternal great-grandfather was a toddler rescued from a concentration camp. You know what, Tina? I understand that. I said not like what happened with your family. It's amazing the things that some of our family have gone through. I didn't know anything about my family except for my grandparents and maybe 2 great-grandparents, because no one really spoke about it in families. And the only reason that some people started looking into the family lines was when Roots came out. And people were interested in finding out where their families came from. And for me, myself, I just happened to, I got some time. I'll try working on a family line, took a DNA test and saw all this stuff that showed up. And like for 5 years, chasing down leads, because I wanted to find out if my great-grandmother, OG Lorena, if her father was a Seminole Indian like they had been saying for over 100 years. And that's what I wanted to solve. And I mean, I even asked the Seminole Indian Nation what you needed for membership and all of that. And when the test came back that said that we had Native American, but it was too far back, and it was like from Central America, that's when we knew something wasn't up and wasn't right. And that's when we started doing research. And that's when we found out, all of this information. So for years, Thanksgiving was, turkey, friends, family, all of that stuff. And it's only maybe within the first 2 years I found out anything about the Mayflower. It's cool to know, but it's even cooler knowing those people who wound up in Florida in the first place. And that is an interesting story that I will tell at a different time. How the Tom Brady side of my family, I keep calling him Tom Brady because basically they took all their money from Massachusetts, left and came to Florida at the end of the Civil War and were so rich they could wipe their asses with 20s pretty much, and lost most of it. What do you have? Okay.
You got $5?
No, I don't have $5.
Guys have $5.
But I want that hair color though.
Well, it's easy to find. All you got, I can make this. It's easy.
Oh, the best way to say that word is the way Damon Wayans said it on The Living Color. conspiracy. That's right.
Or corn spirits.
I remember that on Living Color. Oh, thank you. So yeah, just wanted to share that with all you guys, a little bit of interesting trivia to share with people and a little bit more information about Florida that you didn't know before. I know, everyone's so thrilled.
Why is he? No, that was a kitty. It looks like my kitty.
Looks like my old cat, which is under my feet.
I always enjoy I always enjoy learning history. It's important, especially since you have such an investment in your lineage. Not a lot of people have that, so it's kind of really
cool.
cool.
You were the Burger King.
Yeah, Burger King.
Yeah, this is Perry Chan actually called me the king and gave me this meme. So thank you, Perry Chan.
I love that.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Bearded hair, right?
I know, he nailed it, didn't he? Yeah.
Hey, Cavitania Che says, my family's surname dates before the Spanish started changing them. Suffice to say, everyone that has my surname is related to me.
Wow.
I've seen that happen in small areas. So that is really cool. Because Cavitania, you're from the Philippines, right? That's really cool. With my family, what had happened was when Florida became a territory, U.S. territory in 1821, my Spanish fifth great grandpa, Floridana, because he was Spanish, born in Florida, he had to change his allegiance from the King of Spain. I have the document from the King of Spain to the United States. And he changed his name from Francisco Manuel Javier Sanchez to Francis Sanchez. And his daughters married Georgian farmers. So that Hispanic surname went away completely and became Americans from then on. That is really cool. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when you were in Spanish society, it was either important to be Spanish or Catholic. And a lot of people were changing their names to Spanish names. Third gen on your father's side. It's amazing. I love all of this, people learning about themselves. Those who feel history are doomed to repeat it, that is correct. That is correct. And one of the most glaring fallacies that I found out about my family is not all Black Americans in this country were slaves.
Nope.
A lot of them were free before this became a country. And several of them, a lot of my ancestors, they were free Spanish citizens. And they were really worried about their status once the Americans took over, because things got really, really difficult for them. They had to pay taxes. They couldn't be out on the streets after a certain time of night. They had to have, I think, like a white sponsor. It was crazy. It was crazy. But the truth is, not all of them were enslaved. So interesting what you learn through history. Hey, Lady Mist. Hey, Lady Mist. So good to see you.
Fucking Santa Claus is here already.
Santa Claus.
Ho, 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 motherfucker.
Where's my stash?
Your stash is currently underneath Culture's crown. Better get it before he tosses his cookies.
You got my Sephora stash under your crown, Culture?
Oh, no. Your Sephora stash is with Angela Straven.
Yeah, I think Sephora made it Sephora before you did, or because Angelus needs that eyeliner. So I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to find any eyeliner.
Crap. Shadows are, and I'll go through this last one. And some things many don't realize that Black-owned slaves too. Yes, as a matter of fact, one of my ancestors was one of the biggest slave owners in, I believe it's a small town, I think near Natchez, Mississippi. And he was mixed race. He was mulatto, and he owned slaves. And I have several ancestors, even from Spanish Florida, where some of them were enslaved, bought their freedom, and then enslaved other Black people. That happened too.
Yeah,
But
dude.
you don't hear about it because it doesn't fit the narrative.
And the vice presidential candidate comes from a family who had a plantation in the Caribbean that employed
Jamaica.
Yeah, that employed. Employ's not the right word. No, I guess they employed the use of slaves. That would be the right way to say that.
They use slave labor. I'll put it that way.
All right, we do that too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll say that. Because
I don't have to. I don't know.
But seriously, yes. This is history that people don't talk about because it doesn't fit a certain narrative. Like people ask me, because I got interviewed recently for something in the Mayflower or whatever, and they were asking me, well, how do you feel about like slave women who had, children by slave owners? I said, well, wait a minute. There were cases where there were white men who were indentured servants who had children with free Black women. You had white women who were indentured servants who had children with free and enslaved Black men. So it's all of that is out there, but it's not talked about. It's not.
No, they don't want. It doesn't work with their agenda.
Exactly.
Oh, you're Stephen Waltoning. Okay.
But we'll talk about all that here because there is so much in the records in Spanish Florida that will give you a totally different look as to how enslaved and free people had certain rights under Spanish law and how they really had to butt heads with British law in order to keep their own rights. But that's a show for another time. But you guys have been amazing, amazing. I love it. I love being able to share crazy Florida stuff with you guys. And
I like it was chill. It was a lot. You know what I mean? It was very calm for what we usually have in Florida. Nice change.
Because Tom's here, we didn't have any crazy human.
Oh, come on. Tom is crazy within himself, but I think he's hungry. Tom, are you eating right now?
No, I'm not eating, but my energy level is just at like a 5 or 6.
we gotta let Tom eat because he let us see Stripe. That was cool.
I hear if you punch the Burger King up.
No,
there,
Andre sent me a lot of right. No, Andre sent me some work, so I automatically get tired.
Okay.
Responsibility sucks.
Well, folks, definitely please do. Louisiana has French laws. That is a Louisiana side of my family. I may have to do a stream on that about the Louisiana side of my family.
We can talk about parish laws. That's always a good time.
Thank you so
Most people
much.
are like, what?
No.
Yeah. Parish law is something else. Well, folks, please do subscribe to everyone on this channel. Fat Steven, do you have a channel or no?
I do have a culture. Congratulations on appropriating Fat Steven's name. That's great. Thank you.
No, I was just saying, yes, you have a channel. God dang it.
Yes, I can answer my question. I love you too, Muffin. What I was going to say is, I do have a channel. I usually just do hour streams of Destiny 2's new content. And for some reason, I've gone up to 41 subscribers. I don't know how many drunks are out there watching me, but I'm getting at least anywhere from 16 to 20 views per video.
Well, good. Subscribe to Fat Steven. Buy Fat Steven a coffee. Do all of that.
Thank you. It's actually not a coffee. It says buy a coffee, but technically you're feeding me a chicken nugget that looks like a pizza pop because they don't have a chicken nugget in that whole emoji selection. That bothers me.
Well, I thought that was cool that they did. Who did we lose?
Oh,
did we lose Culture?
Oh, I didn't mean to hurt his feelings. I love
Did
Culture.
we lose Culture?
Culture, did you press
Come back?
the rumor button?
I think he hit the wrong button instead. Here we go. All right, there you go. He's back. He's back.
Oh, thank you. But I have one question for both of y'all. What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving?
What
are you guys both doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm chilling. I always chill on Thanksgiving.
I have an 18-pound turkey to put in an infrared fryer that is going to get lovingly treated to a brine for 2 days starting on Monday.
Okay, can you guys just send me your leftover stuffing? Because
I'll eat your ass.
I will send you some cornbread stuffing made with sausage, apples, pecans.
No apples. No apples. I hate vegetables.
It's a proper. That's a proper Cajun stuffing right there. I heard it.
It might be proper, but I have a thing with apples, and
it's not just improper though. So.
Yeah,
no, I got my honey.
Very improper.
I bought my turkey brined already, honey brined, because I'm being lazy this year. I'm just making desserts.
Tom, what are you doing, man?
I'll eat your ass.
Well,
Okay,
Tom,
then.
we can talk about foreplay later, but what are you doing?
I don't know what I'm gonna do. Actually, probably nothing. A whole lot. I'll probably stream because
Hey,
I think
DJ
my mom works. So
I wanted to ask something. Would any of you guys ever be down to playing the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving thing on your channel, but no audio? I can do the voices yourself.
Do 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 do.
Can that work, or will you still get copyrighted for that?
I think you still get copyrighted. The audio is that much of a problem. It's the video.
Hey, DJ Scandalous.
The audio part is just music that usually gets nailed.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, DJ Scandalous says, "Sorry, Lorena, that's for me since I don't live too far away from you."
Hey,
what's up, dude?
So
glad you could join us.
The boss is making homemade stuffing.
I want some.
I'm doing it. I'm doing the turkey.
Really, you're doing the turkey, eh?
I always do the turkey.
I hope it doesn't cry foul.
There are times I have to do 2 turkeys. So I did a 16-pounder and a 22-pounder last year.
Oh, Lady Miss, no Thanksgiving this year. Maybe next year. Oh man.
Joyce is having her whole family over, like I think around 10 or 18
All
people.
right,
She was in my
Joyce.
channel today, and her foot is doing better. She still hasn't found
Good.
the piece that she cut her foot with.
Okay,
But and
good.
while she was on my show, she one of her relatives actually showed up a day early.
Hi,
All right,
Joyce.
there
How are
she is.
you? She
There
says,
she
"What's
is.
up? What's up,
I love
Joyce? Do
that.
you have a channel?"
Joyce is a huge supporter. She's been everywhere lately. It's been
Okay.
She's
amazing.
one of those new names that you just.
Yeah.
She's like
Okay.
a Tina. I think Tina is training a small army of loyal followers, and there seems to be popping up more and more.
She might be.
I'm enjoying the fact that we have a regular crowd of amazing people. I think we're blessed with amazing humans. That's all I have to say.
Okay,
one
my
second.
godmother just pinged me about coming over for Thanksgiving.
Oh, you just got. She's watching.
Well,
But,
Bad Bunny.
Shay,
Yeah, I just got pinged, but
Tom, go ahead.
yeah, okay. I don't have to bring anything, but can you please bring homemade sangria?
That's
I
easy to
don't
do.
practice Santeria. Oh wait, that's the wrong thing.
That's wrong.
Bad Bunny, I'll probably have turkey tacos, yes, because I can't find a woman who can put up with my shit.
Oh, that's
Dude,
not true.
Tom, I will mail you Thanksgiving, except for a small problem.
I thought you were gonna mail me a wife for a minute there. I was like, sweet.
Russia like wife. Russia wife can't cook.
I missed that
care,
go
Russia.
to channel thing. I do.
Dude,
that was
why
awesome.
can't we? Why can't that would be so great, DJ Scandals? I could just say, here, go there. In fact, here, it's a click on this because this will take you to the next folks. They're handsome or they're pretty or they have good hair. Or all
stop
three.
flaunting your Head and Shoulders commercial. They're not going to sponsor you yet.
Okay,
but Shay, that is not true. It had nothing to do with a woman's with an Adam's apple. If I find an Adam's apple in my turkey stuffing, I would be very worried.
Tom, get turkey pot pies. I do not like pot pies.
Honestly, I'm going to send you all the recipe for bin Laden. And you got
I don't.
Rolled roast beef with gravy, diced onion, and pickle. It's so
Well, looks like I'm gonna have to go back to the store tomorrow so I can get sangria supplies. Hey, awesome one. Well, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the magical girlfriend. I'm not looking at that.
Hey, that's true. That's true. I want you guys also to realize that it is now canon mythology on Sci-Fi with a show of the Magical Girl Squad, whatever it's called, that if you shove your finger up a red panda's ass, it opens up the doorway to the multi-universe.
I'm so glad I'm not quite monetized yet, so I could get rid of that. Folks, thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving week wherever you are. Thank you for hanging with us with the Florida Crazy. Wash your hands.
Wash your ass.
To each other. And follow the directions if you're going to fry a turkey.
Drop it in, run away. Make sure it's
Bye.
Yes.